Hello everyone, my name is Joseph and welcome back to the Popsicle Night channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Please take a second to click the like button if you like this video or hit the thumbs down if you don't. Also, if you enjoy the contents of this channel, please subscribe if you haven't already. In today's video, we'll be taking a look at Morpeko V from the Brilliant Stars set. And this very angry mouse is specially made to synergize with Marnie's Pride. Morpeko V is a Dark-type Pokemon with 190 HP, 1 retreat cost, no resistance, and is weak to grass. And it has 2 attacks. The first one is Gnaw and Run. For 2 colorless energy, it will deal 30 damage, after which you may choose to switch this with one of your benched Pokemon. Its second attack is Hangry Spike. For 2 dark and 1 colorless energy, this attack deals 120 plus damage. However, if you played Marnie's Pride during this turn, you can deal 240 damage instead. And Marnie's Pride is a pretty strong supporter card too, which allows you to accelerate 1 basic energy from the discard pile to one of your benched Pokemon. And so together, you'll be accelerating energy to your benched Pokemon and also be able to attack for double the damage. And with the help of the Choice Belt, we can increase its attack by 30 more damage when going against a Pokemon V for a total of 270 damage. You can choose other tool cards to buff up Morpeko V, but I'm going for a more aggressive approach with this build. I added 1 copy of Zigzagoon with the Headbutt Tantrum ability so that we can put 1 damage counter on one of our opponent's Pokemon, which can help Morpeko deal enough damage to knock out most Pokemon V-Star in the game. And you can use the Scoop Up Net to reuse this ability. It is worth noting that you can actually evolve into Morpeko VMAX if you should need a Lightning type attacker. However, I'll be focusing mainly on Morpeko V in this build. Since Morpeko V has that hit and run attack, I thought of just adding this Galarian Weezing with a Neutralizing Gas ability, which shuts down all of your opponent's abilities. This is such a disruptive ability, and not only that, it also has the attack Severe Poison. For just 1 dark energy, it will inflict 4 poison damage instead of 1 between checkup. This is actually great for slowly chipping away even against VMAX Pokemon with high HP, and in most cases, Morpeko V should be able to take out a VMAX Pokemon in your next turn. I also like using this Coughing for Weezing's pre-evolution because you can use the Ascension attack to help you evolve it straight into Galarian Weezing, causing that instant disruption against your opponent on their turn. As for my supporter Pokemon, I have Snorlax with the Gourmandize ability for an awesome draw support early game. And I'm also using Liepard with a trade ability. When you discard a card from your hand, you can draw 2 cards. This will not only help you draw into the cards you need, but it helps you to set up for Marnie when you discard a basic energy. I also have Manaphy with the Wave Veil ability to prevent damage from being done to your bench. And 1 copy of Luminion V with the Luminous Sign ability. If you play it from your hand to the bench, you can search your deck for any 1 supporter card. This one is very important because this can get us Marnie's Pride when we need it the most. As for the other cards worth noting, I have Escape Rope, which comes in handy for pushing out your opponent's active as well as switching back and forth between Morpeko V and Galarian Weezing. 1 Ordinary Rod for recovering 2 Pokemon and or 2 energies back to the deck. 1 Pal Pad so that we can recycle back 2 supporter cards from the discard pile back to the deck. And I'm using 4 Quick Balls, 2 Ultra Balls, and 2 Evolution Incense. The Quick Balls and Ultra Balls are also useful for discarding energy to set up for Marnie's Pride. And I also added 1 Air Balloon so that I can set up a Pokemon as a pivot option. As for my supporters, I have 2 Boss's Orders. You'll be using this selectively because you really can't use Marnie's Pride and Boss's Orders at the same turn. I also have 2 regular Marnies and 4 copies of Marnie's Pride and 3 Professor's Research. As for my energies, I have 2 Capture Energies and also 3 Hiding Energy to give our Dark-type Pokemon 0 retreat cost, and finally 8 energies. We don't really need that much because Marnie's Pride can just accelerate this from the discard pile back to our Pokemon. And that's pretty much it. You can find the complete deck list in the description below. And now please enjoy the following gameplay videos showcasing Morpeko V with Marnie's Pride combo. But first, let's hear it from our sponsors. This video is sponsored by PTCGO the best place for you to get PTCGO code cards. Are you looking to complete your Pokemon card collection online for the latest set? PTCGO has everything you need. Please use my code NIGHT22 at checkout so you can get a 5% discount. Help yourself out with the discount, and thank you for helping support the content I create in this channel and for helping out PTCGO Alright, so my opponent's choosing to go first. And we're going to start off with 2 basics. I think Morpeko V should be safe in the active. It only has 1 retreat cost. And you can actually set it up for Marnie's Pride as well. So when you retreat, discard an energy. You can put 1 energy on the discard pile that way. But we have a complete line of Liepard. We have Purloin on the bench. We can use that to draw into more cards on our second turn. And you do want to set up at least 1 Liepard, because you'll find out that it's actually a lot harder to find Marnie's Pride throughout the game. And we're going up against a single strike Urshifu VMAX, which I think this is winnable, but we do have to chip away at its HP. And I think with the capture energy, I'll just set up my Weezing for my next turn. And I can disrupt them by using this escape rope for now, because they're gonna be using laser focus on their next turn. Maybe they won't be able to do that if they don't have a switch. So I'm just gonna do that for now. And even with their Houndoom set up, we can actually stop them from using its ability once we evolve into Weezing, and then we can energize it and start poisoning even their active. We can poison their active. Now, unless they have a supporter card here to draw into more cards, they shouldn't be. Yeah, they're just gonna use laser focus to add energy, but that's okay. So they're invested on this active Pokemon right now. We're gonna evolve into Liepard. We can set up for Marnie by discarding this one energy. We get another Coughing, which is great. We just need to find another evolution for it, but I think for now all we need to do is just stall here and deal some chip damage on their active. They're gonna knock out our Galarian Weezing for sure, and we can't draw any cards as of yet. I mean, at least we have Liepard to draw into more cards. Hopefully we can get into a good supporter card. They discard their boss's order for another Houndour, and they're gonna knock out our Galarian Weezing. So I'll just pivot into Coughing for now. I can still... Oh, we get Luminion V. So what I could do here is get Professor's Research. Let me trade first. Alright, cool. We get another Purloin. That will help us get another Liepard later on. But for now, we'll need Luminion to get our Professor's Research because our hand is totally empty. We still don't get Marnie's Pride, but that's okay. I don't want to bench another Morpeko V either. So I'll just use Ascension this turn, continue to disrupt them, which will prevent their Houndoom from accelerating any energies on their other Urshifu, while we let this poison continue to chip away at our opponent's active Pokemon. But they have Evolution Incense, and they're going to evolve into Single Strike Urshifu V, but that's okay. That's going to put it into knockout range anyways, and they have empty hand, man. They're depending on top deck. So hopefully they won't be able to energize their other Urshifu. So I'll just pivot into Luminion V. Hopefully I can get Marnie's Pride this turn. I can accelerate that to Morpeko V, put one energy, and then knock out our opponent's active. But we still don't get Marnie's Pride, and that's why I'm saying it is a lot harder to get Marnie's Pride, actually. So what I'm going to do here is just boss this Single Strike Urshifu V max for now, and I'll just use Gnaw and Run and pivot into Purloin. We can sacrifice one prize this turn. It's a lot better than sacrificing two prizes. They're gonna accelerate one more energy to their active, but that actually makes it a lot easier for us to knock it out now. But we just need Marnie's Pride. Okay, they're gonna use Umbreon VMAX's ability. They're just stalling. Let's use trade for the meantime. Hopefully we can get Marnie's Pride. And we can just use another energy to attach to our active so we can switch it out. But we do get Evolution Incense. We still don't get Marnie's Pride. Hopefully we can draw into another one with a Liepard. For the meantime, I'll just use Escape Rope so that I can switch into my other Morpeko. Worst comes to worst, I can just use Gnaw and Run. So let's get our Liepard, evolve, and then we're just gonna use trade, get rid of this energy, and there she is, guys, Marnie's Pride. So I'll attach that, use Marnie's Pride, accelerate an energy to our bench, Hangry Spike for 270 damage, knocking out our opponent's Single Strike Urshifu VMAX. And that's gonna get us 3 prizes. Insane. Morpeko V is a hidden gem, man. If you can set up correctly, it actually packs a punch. 270 damage, and if you have Zigzagoon, you can put 1 damage counter on a V-Star Pokemon, which usually have 280 HP. You can one-hit KO a V-Star Pokemon. We can actually knock out their Urshifu VMAX, but we can't use Boss and Marnie at the same time. So what I'm going to do is just increase Morpeko V's attack so that I can knock out this Houndoom. It has 130 HP, because if I don't increase my damage, I'm only hitting for 120. So at least that gives me 1 prize for that. And dude, they're not able to accelerate because they don't have anything on hand. They can't recover their single strike energy from their discard pile. So I think we got this. We just need Marnie's Pride here to increase our Morpeko V's attack in the active, but we're not getting it. Oh, dude. Let me energize Morpeko V. So at least we have 2 attackers. And then maybe I could just stall. I'll just target their Umbreon VMAX. It's a little safer that way. They won't be able to attack with their Urshifu. So I'll just use Hangry's Spike here with 150 damage thanks to the Choice Belt. And so, oh, they have Air Balloon. I was going to say, if they can't retreat with it, we could have just knocked it out. But they still cannot attack. Dude, we have this game. We totally have this game. We just need Marnie's Pride to just knock out this Urshifu. And there it is. Well played to our opponent. Hangry's Spike for 270 damage, knocking out their second Urshifu VMAX. Good game. Alright, moving on to our next match. After testing this build, it's actually really good. I really like the flow of how I built up this this deck with Morpeko V. I had tried this Morpeko V to evolve into Morpeko VMAX, so I put Lightning Energy and also Flaffy in the deck, but it wasn't as consistent as I'd hoped it would be. The double typing of energy in the deck just made the whole build inconsistent, so I just went for a more singular approach with just Morpeko V and Marnie's Pride. And so we got Morpeko V from the top deck and also Snorlax, so I'll just attach an energy, switch into Snorlax so I can use Gourmandize on our first turn. So we're going up against a Sylveon VMAX build, most likely a Rapid Strike build. So if they're focusing on attacking with the Sylveon, we can expect a lot of different Pokemon typing on their side of the board. So we'll see. Most likely they'll have a Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX as well, but we'll see. Okay, they have Galarian Moltres V, Dark Energy available. So they can accelerate that, but if we can get, I want to set up my Weezing actually. I want to set up my Weezing because they're dependent on a lot of abilities on their side, even at this point. Let me use Trade for the meantime. We have a Choice Belt. Let's attach that, and I can use Ultra Ball to get my Coughing. I was hoping for something to switch Snorlax out of the active, but I guess we're gonna have to stall for another turn. I'll just discard all those energies to get my Coughing. Then I can accelerate an energy on Coughing, hiding energy that is, so that we can retreat it freely. Put a damage counter on this Sylveon because that can evolve into a VMAX. That 1 chip damage can make a big difference, and I'll use Professor's Research. I would have loved to kept the Rod for recovery, but we're gonna make that sacrifice. But we do get a Scoop Up Net, so we can get Snorlax out of the active. So now we can use Ascension to evolve into Weezing. We only have 1 Weezing in the deck as of this point, so 1 is prized. Gotta keep that in mind. But at least now, our opponent won't be able to use any of their abilities. Not that Sylveon needs an ability at this point, but that may slow down their or their Moltres V. Okay, they discarded a lot of cards on hand. They have Arceus V as well, and Rapid Strike Urshifu V. That's crazy. So we are going up against a full-on V deck, which is very powerful. They also have auxiliary to find their Rapid Strike cards in their deck, but they still can't attack as right now, so we're gonna take that. We're gonna use that to our advantage, and what we need is actually, I can get another Purloin to set up for Liepard, but I would like to save bench space. I think I'll not use Capture Energy to put another one on our bench. For the meantime, I'm going to use Severe Poison to chip away at this Sylveon VMAX, and that should put it within knockout range of our Morpeko V. We just need Marnie's Pride. As always, that's going to be the challenge of this build, is looking for Marnie's Pride just at the right time. You know, we have a lot of supporter cards in the deck, which we actually need as well, but Marnie's Pride doesn't usually it doesn't show up when you need it. So they're gonna knock out our Galarian Weezing. So I'll just promote my Morpeko V. We get a Professor's Research, but we cannot use that if we want to use Marnie's Pride, and we need a Dark Energy as well. Okay, I mean we can get Marnie's Pride with Luminion V, but we need a Dark Energy. So I don't know what's the best way to get... I don't know if we can draw into any more cards at this point. See, that's the challenge. What I could do is get Purloin, and we get Liepard. Make sure that you have Liepard as well, evolution, because if you put that basic and then you don't have evolution, you're just gonna fill up your bench for no reason. So I can use Gnaw and Run, I guess. Chip away at this Sylveon for the meantime. If I boss their I don't know if I should boss them, because I'm not gonna knock it out. Even if I do chip damage on their Arceus, it's not gonna make a big difference. So what I'm gonna do is just attack their Sylveon and switch into Snorlax. Even if they knock it out, that's fine. I'm hoping that Liepard will be able to help us get Marnie's Pride to increase our attack. Most likely my opponent's gonna retreat, and since they put an energy on their Blaziken, they can definitely knock out my Snorlax, but they're gonna use Boss to boss out my Morpeko V and knock it out. Oh dude, that is very unfortunate. Okay, they had enough firepower to knock it out, but at least the poison is chipping away at this Sylveon. And we just get my Liepard with the Evolution Incense. I can put this Air Balloon so we can retreat it. I have Quick Ball so I can get another Morpeko. It's just gonna be very hard to accelerate energy onto it. Let's see, I can use Luminion and get Marnie's Pride. I can accelerate one energy to my Morpeko. Okay, we have basic energy in the discard pile, so that's good. Let me get Morpeko and then accelerate an energy on it. Use Trade. Get rid of Boss. I can just use Palpad to get it back. So let me get the Boss and Marnie's Pride. That will ensure that we have Marnie's Pride in the deck. Okay. What I'm gonna do here is just Gnaw and Run. Retreat back to Snorlax. So it's not gonna knock out their Sylveon. So what they're probably gonna do is retreat, right? But if we can draw into a Scoop Up Net, we can use Zigzagoon to knock out their Sylveon. That'll get us 3 prizes. And all we need to do is figure out how to knock out probably that Blaziken in the next few turns. So that's the plan, right? That's my plan. Unless they have a boss, they boss out our Morpeko. Blaziken will not be able to knock it out. But they're just gonna knock out my active. But the poison's gonna knock out their Sylveon, so okay. That's okay with me. So now we get 3 prizes for that. We get Mana Fee, which could be useful for protecting against their Urshifu VMAX. Okay, so it's still our turn because they died of the poison, or they were knocked out with the poison. Let's see. We need to chip away at this Blaziken VMAX. So I can non-run. We have coughing. Can set up coughing. Let's trade out Mana Fee. I'm hoping to get Choice Belt here. Maybe we can do 60 damage instead of just 30. If not, you know what? We have a boss. We have a boss. Instead of just chipping away at it, I'm thinking of just using Marnie. Accelerate an energy. Do 240 damage on this Blaziken VMAX. And even if they retreat, we have boss. We can just boss it up, knock it out. Because they don't have any other attacker that can knock us out at this point. If they accelerate an energy on their... dude, they have the character rare. That's awesome. You know, they had energy in the discard pile. I don't know why they didn't use... Oh, you know what? It was attached to Sylveon. That's why they couldn't use Moltres to accelerate that energy. That's right. But yeah, they don't have any other attacker. Urshifu's not gonna be able to use Gale Thrust. I mean, they can. They just attach an energy, I guess. 150 is not gonna knock out our Morpeko because it's not weak against fighting. They're gonna do 130 damage. And you know what, guys? We don't even need Marnie's Pride to knock out this Blaziken VMAX. And that's gonna win us the game, man. Yep. Hangry Spike for the win against the Sylveon Rapid Strike deck. So, awesome game, man. Awesome game. Right, moving on to our next match. So far, so good, man. I'm loving the way how this Morpeko V build flows. I like the fact that the life parts are actually a big part of this build. Discarding energy and drawing into a lot of cards, helping us to get Marnie's Pride when we need it. Let me just get Snorlax for the meantime, so I can retreat freely. That will preserve my energy on Morpeko V. We can Gourmandize. We have coughing in that draw, but we have no way of discarding our energy on hand just yet. So I mean, I could use that to put on coughing, and then we can use that to evolve into Galarian Weezing. That's going to disrupt our opponent. So my opponent is actually using Baynette, the single strike Baynette. I've actually been thinking about building this deck. So what the attack does is that you put 7 damage counter on it, and then you deal twice the damage of the damage counter. So if you put 7 damage counter, which is it's an exact amount, right? So 140 damage for that 7 damage counter that you put on Baynette. So it's very self-destructive, but they're using Abomasnow to add HP, so they can actually use it probably twice if they have any way to increase its HP further. Because 7, you'll need 140 HP to do, I mean 150 HP to actually attack twice. Because it has 80 HP right now, right? So you'll need at least 70 more HP to for it to survive an attack, or for it to survive the damage counter that it inflicts on itself. There's not much we could do here, so with the Gormandize we got Professor's Research, which is not good because I really don't want to discard all these cards. But you know, we have Scoop Up Net. I can probably scoop up okay, well, if we can evolve into Weezing, that will turn off Abomasnow's ability. Get another coughing. And that will put Baynette's HP to 80. Let me just use Escape Rope. Maybe they'll put Baynette in the active. Okay, good. And then let me use Professor's Research. Unfortunately, I have to do that. Ugh, that's gonna put us in a really bad spot. So at least we got Weezing with the evolution Incense. It can freely retreat into Weezing. So what's gonna happen here is with Severe Poison, they're not gonna be able to knock us out, because if they deal 7 damage counter on Baynette, that's gonna knock them out before they knock out our Weezing. So we should be safe. Oh, but they're gonna boss Choice Belt. Oh no. So with 7 damage counter on their Baynette, they can actually deal 140, 170 damage. That's insane, man. This Baynette is crazy. 170 damage. But with the poison and damage counter, that's gonna knock out their Baynette. That's gonna get us our first prize. And we're just gonna retreat, do the same thing. Severe Poison. And knock out this Baynette. Again, they shouldn't be able to knock out our Weezing, because if they attack, they'll get knocked out. That's very cool though. Karen's Conviction, that will increase their attack by 20. Resolute Sprite. So that should knock out their Baynette before they even knock out our Weezing. Wait, what? What just happened? I thought... Hold on. Resolute Sprite, put up to 7 damage counter on this Pokemon, right? Isn't it supposed to put damage counter on the Pokemon first before it damages? I'm confused. So if that's how it works, man, that's gonna make a huge difference. But for now, we're just gonna knock out this guy. 240 damage. We're hitting for weakness. At least they don't have any more attackers. But that's crazy, man. I thought that you put damage counter on Baynette first and then do the damage. But as it turns out, you do the damage based on how many damage counter you're planning on putting on Baynette. Okay, that's very interesting. That actually makes that card even more broken if that's the way it works, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's very refreshing to see such a unique build being shown like this, you know, and it's a standalone deck of Baynette. I've never seen this build before, so kudos to my opponent for such a unique build. And I'm learning a lot from the mechanics of Baynette as well. And I like how they've composed it so far. You have Abomasnow to increase HP. And you got Karen's Conviction because Baynette has low HP. You can expect them to be knocked out. And so that will increase your attack tremendously late game. But so far we have this match. We are still ahead in this match. We've taken a lot of prizes so far. And I'll just get another Morpeko. I'll use their stadium to draw into more cards. And I mean, we have Professor's Research, but let me use trade. Discard this. And we got Marnie's Pride. Not that we need it. Although we can knock out their Abomasnow and accelerate an energy on Morpeko V in the bench. So Hangry Spike for 240 damage. That's gonna get us Weezing. So Weezing is another helpful card on our deck as well, because not only does it stop Abomasnow's HP buff, but it also chips away at Baynette's HP, making it a lot easier for us to knock it out, and that will reduce their attack power. But yeah, I really appreciate this this dude's deck. He deserves a you have a good deck and a smiley face for sure. Yeah, I just, man, kudos to my opponent, Dr. No X Devastator. So kudos, man. It also has Eerie Light 50 and then Confusion. Okay, very interesting card. So if you're watching this, this could be like a mini secondary showcase. Wait, they only hit for 20? Wait. Yeah, put up to 7. So you can choose how many damage counter you're going to put on Baynette, not necessarily 7. That's crazy. Okay. All right, we're learning. I'm learning at least. I don't know, you probably all know this already, but I don't, so man. Okay, we just get Luminion V. Okay, we only have Marnie. We have all of our Marnie's Pride in the discard pile. We can't recover it anymore. I'll just use Professor's Research and put an energy on Morpeko, Severe Poison, and we're gonna go from there. So my opponent can still win this though. If they can knock out my Morpeko, they knock out my Weezing. That's 3 prizes right there. And then they can easily knock out our Pokemon anyways. They have Karen's Conviction to increase attack damage. That's crazy. Because they're only losing 1 prize at a time. So we could lose this game for sure. Morpeko V can gnaw and run, but it can only deal as much as 60 damage. And it's not gonna even knock out Baynette, not even close, because of Abomasnow's ability. But they're gonna use Marnie's Pride, which means we will only lose Weezing this turn. They get 1 prize, but we're still 2 prizes away from winning this game. So this can be anybody's game at this point. Gonna put 70 damage counter on their active, but we can gnaw and run, knock it out, and if they don't have a boss, we're gonna win this game. But if they have a boss, they can knock out our Luminion or even our Morpeko V. Use Karen's Conviction. Oh, you know what? They can't use Karen's Conviction with boss, so we might just be able to survive an attack. But if they target Luminion V, that may be it. Let's Marnie. They're already they're already giving us a well played. I think they had a boss, but with Marnie, maybe we could shuffle that to the bottom of their deck, and that may just, we could still win this game, right? Gnaw and run. Good thing we're hitting for weakness. And I'm just gonna sacrifice Manaphy for the meantime. We have Marnie's Pride. Okay. So that's gonna help us to increase attack. And I think they had a boss on that last hand that they that we shuffled back to the bottom of their deck. So we might just be able to win this unless they draw into another good card here. But if not, they can knock out Manaphy. They'll get 1 prize. But if not, we can just retreat Manaphy. We also have Scoop Up Net. And that's it. Oh, dude, that was actually a close game. So we'll just retreat. Use Marnie's Pride. Just accelerate an energy. Accelerate this energy. Hangry Spike for the win. Man, that was, that was an awesome game, man. Wow, good game, good game, good game. And that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please don't forget to smash the like button. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and please consider subscribing to this channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching the Popsicle Night channel, and as always, stay safe and have a great day.